Hey guys, sorry it's been so long since I made my last video, but I just thought that I would make another one real quick while I'm sitting outside here at a local flea market, just trying to get rid of some things that I no longer need. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know about my experience making a purchase on eBay Motors for the first time. Now, I've been buying and selling on eBay for years, but it was my first go around with actually purchasing a vehicle. Now, just like you probably are, I was a little skeptical at first, but I had been doing a lot of different searches and whatnot before I had months before I had actually made the purchase. I was in the market for a box truck so that I could further further myself with buying and not even buying, but getting a hold of couches for free and then basically selling them for 100% profit. Check out my other videos on that. But anyway, I had got to the point where I had wanted to invest in a box truck. So I had been looking on eBay and I found a 14-foot box truck. It was a 1994 Ford E350, 14 foot. So yeah, it only had 87,000 miles on it. So I'm in Florida, and the seller actually was in Pompano Beach, Florida. So one good thing to do is, if you're in the market to buy a vehicle on eBay, is to try to do a search within a certain number of miles from your zip code. You can do an advanced search, so then that way, when you're scrolling through the listings and say you're in Florida, but you see a vehicle you really, really like, but it's in Wisconsin somewhere. Now, if you don't mind flying out there or whatever, or driving with a friend to go that far to purchase a vehicle, well, more power to you, but you can limit your search to, whatever area you live in or willing to travel. So yeah, so Pompano Beach was about 4 hours away from where I live, which was no problem. I brought a friend with me when I drove down, and then I had my friend who was a mechanic. I had him drive the truck back just so that he can tell me of any weird sounds or things he might think's going on with the truck or whatever. So yeah, the transaction went smooth. Drove down there. When I had won the auction, I sent messages to the seller asking what forms of payment did he accept and where could we meet to so that I could check out the truck. So drove to Pompano Beach and met at, I think it was like an Advanced AutoZone or some sort of Firestone parking lot. So it was a wide open enough area where we could test drive the truck or whatever. So yeah, and it went very smoothly. It was actually his second time selling a vehicle on eBay. He was new to eBay altogether, so yeah, but he disclosed different quirks, whatever, that the truck had. And one thing you want to keep in mind with eBay in regards to vehicles, now there's buyer protection for any eBay item that you purchase if it's not as described in the listing. However, when it comes to vehicles that are over a certain age, and I don't know of the exact age, but since this was a 1994, it was considered, pretty old. And I had contacted eBay ahead of time, even before I drove down there to actually make the transaction. And I asked them, am I going to be covered if basically this car is a lemon? So the eBay rep told me, well, yeah, you'll be covered to a certain extent, because considering the age of the vehicle, there's not going to be certain things that you're going to be covered for or reimbursed for. So as long as the vehicle is drivable and overall is as described, then it should be okay. So yeah, so as I said, the transaction went smooth, and I was a little skeptical because I had wanted the eBay rep to give me the name of the person selling me the vehicle, because I was a little skeptical about possibly the vehicle not even being the person's, actually being in their name or whatever. And the eBay rep told me that they are not obligated to give me that information. So I'm like, okay, this is really weird. Here I am being skeptical of the seller on eBay as far as making the purchase, but I was completely clueless as to why eBay couldn't give me the name of the person selling the vehicle. I just wanted to be sure that the seller's name had matched the name on the title, but like I said, eBay does not, they're not obligated to give you that information. So anyway, like I said, the transaction went smooth. I paid in cash, and you know, as soon as I won the auction, we set up a time, day, and location to finish the purchase. And I'll try to upload the actual eBay listing so that you can see. It was actually a pretty good deal on the truck that I got. Like I said, it was a 1994 Ford E350 box truck. It only had 87,000 miles. It did need, like, I don't know, some minor work, but nothing that, was outrageous. But since I've made that purchase of that vehicle and, got into the business I was doing even more, I decided to turn around and sell it. So I ended up selling it on Craigslist, actually. And this is something that I would really like to get into because, and I think it would be good for you guys too, looking to make money or to just add to all the numerous ways that you can make money. Check out my other videos. I talk about many different ways. But yeah, you ought to check out, look into purchasing vehicles on eBay and then reselling them on Craigslist. You get them a lot cheaper on eBay, and then yeah, you can really make a profit. So I hope this information helps. My eBay Motors transaction went smoothly, didn't have any problems or anything, and I hope this video helps.